Okay, so today we're going to talk about common seller objections. Now, are you an agent? You want to get listings, but you're just unsure or not confident with your skills going in there to talk to a seller? In some cases, it's probably because you're afraid of what that seller might ask and you're not sure quite how to answer it. So here are some common seller objections or questions that you might be asked. Number one, a seller might ask you a question like, have you sold any homes in my neighborhood before? Now, the best thing here is to be perfectly honest. You can answer one of two ways. Well, sir, we've actually sold 14 homes in your neighborhood within the last 12 months. Now, when you say we, what does that mean? Does that mean you, a member of your team, or other agents within your brokerage? You could use it to your advantage because you say, everyone here works as a team and we all work collectively to get our listings sold. In fact, we at our brokerage have had 14 listings sell in your neighborhood within the last 12 months, which technically is a true answer and in a way can get the job done. Number two, what do you do if a seller asks you a question like, how many homes have you sold before? And you happen to be a new agent and you haven't sold any homes. Well, the fact is you should give them an honest answer and say, well, as a matter of fact, I haven't sold any homes. In fact, you're my very first listing. And I'm so excited and thrilled to have this opportunity that because you're my first customer, I'm gonna spend every waking moment looking at your listing, lamenting over your listing, checking every detail, following up on every showing. I'm gonna be doing every single open house. I'm not doing anything except for following my one and only objective of getting your house sold. You'll never find anybody more obsessed with getting your home sold rather than me. Why? Because I'm a new agent and this is my only opportunity. Or you might have an opportunity to hire an agent who's maybe the top listing agent in the area and has 35 other listings. And now you, sir, are one of 34 listings that that agent has to service. So now you only get 1/34 of their time. And if you call them, you probably won't even get them to answer their phone. In fact, you might have one of their assistants or admins answer the phone and you'll never hear from your agent again once they put that for sale sign in your yard. So, seller, let me ask you again, what type of service are you looking for? Do you want absolutely devoted and crazy service, obsessed service with your listing? Or are you just looking to have an agent list your house and put a sign in the ground and now you're just one of 34 clients that you're servicing? Question number three, well, are you willing to take a reduced commission? Because I know somebody else who's willing to take my listing for 4%. Answer, well, seller, that's a very good question. And actually, I don't take a reduced commission. In fact, I charge 3% to list your home. And for those services, this is everything that you get, and I'm gonna do everything I can to get your home sold. In fact, there's a lot of costs and charges occurred when taking a listing. I've gotta pay for your photography, we gotta put a lockbox in the door, I've gotta order a custom sign, we hold open houses, I do marketing and advertising for your listing, and it gets very expensive. I don't think that 3% is too much to ask to list your home. And typically the seller will say, oh, okay, thank you very much, 3% sounds fair. Now, seller, what I'm gonna ask you here is, what would you like to offer the buyer's agent as commission to show your home to prospective buyers? Now, typically, if a seller's looking to save money, they're probably gonna say, well, how much money can we save from offering the buyer's agent? And then I'm gonna give them the pros and cons of why saving money or offering a reduced commission may be either detrimental or advantageous to them when offering a commission to a buyer's agent. Now, another question that you might receive when listing a home is, would you take a listing for less than 6 months? And I typically say, no, I don't take a listing for less than 6 months because there's so much that's involved with taking a listing. In fact, from day one, we're spending money, time, and effort to get your house on the market, that if for some reason you decide 30 days from now to take your listing off the market, that's probably when we've hit the most traction. And all of our advertising and mailers have gone out to all the consumers in the area. And that's probably the time that we start to peak. And if you take the listing away from me, I've wasted all that time, energy, and money on getting your property sold. And then if you give the listing to somebody else, they're probably gonna take advantage of all my time, services up to this point. So 6 months is typically what we take, because in this market today, it will take an average of 4 to 6 months to sell a property. It's not like it was a year or 2 years ago when everybody was selling properties in less than 5 days. So there you have it. There's some seller objections. If you found anything in here that's helpful, make sure you come back for more.